Hi everyone, it's Tirunima from RVS and I'm going to represent my ongoing research work, which is entitled as Synthesis of Nanogypsum for the Effective Reclamation of Salt-Affected Soils in combination with different amendments. So as it clear with the title that we are going to talk about salt-affected soils. So basically, salt-affected soil is an umbrella term which is designated to the soils which have excess soluble salts or the exchangeable sodium. Based on the values of pH, EC, and the exchangeable sodium percentage, we classify the salt-affected soils. So right now, I'm not going to classify the soils according to their physical and chemical properties, but focusing on the problems which we are facing due to the increasing in the area of salt-affected soils globally. So, or the extent of the problems which we are facing. So about 20% of the global croplands are becoming less productive due to the salinization or the waterlogging conditions. The water which is present in the soil zone or the root zone, it's transforming the lands into the wetland deserts. If we talk about the global level, then it's 810 million hectares of lands is affected by the sodicity. And particularly if we talk about India, then there is 7.45 million hectare lands are affected by salinity and sodicity problems. And if we expect by 2025, it will increase to 11.7 million hectare. And the salt affected lands are increasing, that we know. There are various reasons of increasing in the salt affected lands, but majorly which I am focusing is due to the water which we are using for the irrigation purpose. And right now, the farmers which the water which they are using for irrigation is groundwater or the brackish water. So the 25% of the salt affected soils which are creating yearly is due to the irrigation water. And we lose at least 10 millions of land every year due to the irrigation water. And particularly if talk about the area in India, in Madhya Pradesh, which I am working over, is the Chambal command area of Madhya Pradesh. It cover around 23 districts, and the whole land is affected by the salinity conditions just because they are using a irrigation water which is high in salt content. So the land is becoming degraded day by day. The production is getting low. The crop production or the cash crop productions, we can say, the physical conditions of the soil is degrading day by day. So we are here to give a thought over the reclamation of the salt affected soil with a different combination of the amendments, as we want to improve the health and manage the soil with the increasing the possibilities of increasing the fertility of soil. So if we want to shift from salt affected soils to a healthy soil, what we can do? So we gave a thought, already we are using traditional methods like flushing or flooding, or we can say the gypsum. Traditionally, even when you go through the earlier papers, you will get the gypsum as a reclamation purpose which we use. But with the use of gypsum, as it has the low solubility rate, it is required in a large quantity. And if we regularly use the gypsum for the reclamation purpose, then it is creating a, we can say, a calcareous soil layers, subsoils. So it's time to find some alternative ways which can be helpful to reclaim the soil. So with juggling with all these and going through the papers, we gave a thought over the nanotechnology, that we can, what we can do with the nanotechnology. As we all know that science field is getting advanced day by day. And if we talk about nanotechnology, and it's working in medical fields, it's working in armed fields, and even in agriculture, if we talk, then as the Indian people will agree with me that IFCO has launched nano urea currently, and in food science also. But if we talk about reclamation, then we didn't find any kind of works over reclamation purpose done with some nanomaterials. So we planned with our like colleagues and with my mentor teams that we should design a nano gypsum, which we can combine with other amendments and apply to the soil to make it more relevant to be used. So with nanotechnology, I chose because of the two reasons mainly. Because nanomaterial have a specific surface, large specific surface area, high reactivity. So gypsum will be required in less quantity. And if we combine with some other amendments, then definitely it will reclaim the soil and also increase the soil fertility. So based on these thoughts, I just decided my objectives based on these thoughts which I gave. So first one is that I will study the structure of gypsum with the help of computational modeling. And in the computational modeling right now, we are using the quantum ATK tool to study the chemical structure of gypsum, that what will happen if we will reduce the size of particle to the nanometers. Is there any change in the physical and chemical properties? After studying this computational modeling structure, we will formulate the gypsum in the lab, and with two methods. One is the chemical one and one is the physical one. So with the chemical one, I say we are using calcium carbonate and sodium rhodocyl sulfate. With the help of centrifuge, we are preparing that gypsum, nano gypsum powder. And the very convenient method which we can use is the physical method. That is with the help of planetary ball milling machine, we can crush the gypsum particles in very high velocity and high pressure to the nano particles. And third one is this part. After analyzing these particles, we can incorporate it with the soil and assess its effectiveness for the reclamation purpose by incubating soil for 15 days, then 30, then 45 days, and performing a leaching experiment with that. And fourth one is we'll combine that nano gypsum with other amendment also, like nano gypsum with the biochar with different doses, nano gypsum with vermicompost, and nano gypsum with biomes. In our study, we included two biomes here. One is the Pseudomonas fluorescens, and second one is the Trichoderma hercynium. With going on through various research paper, we find that these both the biomes are very easily able to accommodate in the saline climates, and they can survive in the saline soils and helps in the growth of the plants. And so that's why we selected these two microbes, I mean, with combination with the nano gypsum. And the last objective is to see that reclaimed soil is performing well as compared to the soil which was in original condition. So lastly, just a column study experiment, which I want to show, that we'll take the treated soil in a column, and we will add some deionized water with different pore volumes, like starting from 0.5, 1, 3, like that, till 5 pore volume. And we will collect the leach out and analyze it, that whether the changes are occurring on in which phases, and compare it with the gypsum. That gypsum and there will be a comparative study with gypsum and nano gypsum. So that's all from my side.